Welcome to Chaos Battle.
For the most ridiculous battle ever.
Yeah, I want this thing to be a thing because they've been talking this up for the last few hours in chat. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, we'll record this. So we have Maxwell from fucking Scribblenauts, who can summon literally God himself into existence.
Christian God. But I know Thurman's gonna nerf that apparently. How he'll explain when he gets to his turn.
And Legion, who Noble will explain how much of a clusterfuck of OP he is in his intro. So I'm gonna let these two get to it.
And just know that we know this is going to be a train wreck. That's part of the beauty of this video. So just enjoy the train wreck. Watch it as you drive by and be like, oh man, I hope there's not too many casualties.
So, you guys, whenever you're ready.
Alright, so first things first, let's give a little bit summary of Maxwell. Maxwell is a part of, I believe, a 14 size family.
Wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Proved over and over again. Wrong. He actually had.
His parents are explorers. They explored all parts of the world, and for their children's birthdays, they each child were given a gift. Maxwell was given a magic notebook, which anything he writes into it becomes a reality. So basically, he can write anything in this notebook. Proof it's there. It can be words, to people, to animals, etc., etc., etc. And so with this notebook, if you follow the Scribblenauts games, he basically has adventures saving his sister. He even travels to the DC universe and meets with Superman, Batman, and other others, and helps them defeat the Anti-Monitor. So Noble's going to have a tough time beating someone with an insane amount of imagination that Maxwell has.
All right. Well, I'm Noble, as you guys have all heard. I'll be defending Legion. Legion, of course, is basically an amalgam of somewhere in the neighborhood of a couple of thousand to a million different powers based on different mutants. He basically makes up his powers on the go. Each power, of course, comes from a different personality, meaning he has multiple personalities, millions of personalities, which is what makes him both incredibly dangerous, but also incredibly powerful. So without further ado, David, I'm going to ask you to set a 3-minute clock for a countdown.
We'll edit it in post.
Yeah, one of the...
Noble has a bet going where he thinks he can beat Thurman in 3 minutes. So we'll start editing that in now. Yep.
Keep in mind that I'm going to, just like they said, I'm going to use 9. No 9 omnipotent or omnipotent beings can be summoned. So with that in mind, let me get towards my first turn. So first and foremost,
it's not a turn-based thing. Here's how it goes down, and I'm just gonna put it, point blank here. Legion shuts down the Scribblenaut mind. Maxwell's mind is shut down. He walks over, uses pyrokinesis, burns your notebook, walks away, leaves you mindless. Done.
Oh, is that the simple-minded strategy that you came up with?
Yes, and guess what? You can't do shit because you can't write anything in your notebook or draw anything in your notebook if your mind is shut down. So, timer, please.
Nope. Alrighty then. So, first things first, let me prove.
What are you gonna do? What exactly?
Let me prove. Let me prove how that strategy makes no sense.
You've been fucked,
dude. If he can shut your mind down, if he can literally shut your fucking mind down, there's no point in this shit.
This is the best video I've
and
ever
I've
made.
got scans to prove it. He shuts down Forge's mind. Then and there, done.
All right, so now let me show my scans here to prove how Noble
gotta be able to
do anything. So first things first, you have to take into consideration the distance that we're in. First, I need proof that Legion can reach uses how much range he has.
Bro,
Okay, range he has?
I've also got a scan to prove this. Not only does he have the ability to astral project anywhere, he has the ability to knock people out of astral projection. Literally, he is.
So I'm gonna a scan of prove how far he can use his TP, and also how fast he is, because Maxwell is extremely fast at drawing. He was able to draw Batman a suit before he was hit by bullets. So literally before the bullets even actually
You're talking time. I'm saying instant. Done.
No, but you have to prove that
instant.
First you have to prove how much range it has, and then you have to prove.
So
I don't have to prove anything, but the fact that it has more range than the surface of the moon.
Noble, I do want to bring up something. He is right though. You do have to show your scans. So if you can find the scan of him doing that and send it to him, that would be great. And then because one, I'll edit it in. Two, no, Thurman. It takes a while, but Thurman will back down if you show him enough scans.
Yeah.
Plus, Maxwell had an anti-telepathic tinfoil hat.
Only if he can draw it. But you didn't come prepared with anti-tinfoil mental hats. No. See, that's not how it works.
Yeah, although that is how it works. I'm sorry, but
because I now told you his opinion. You decided to come up with something. No, that's not how it works.
I'll show you a scan right now. I'm sending scans right now.
But you can't retroactively do it. Your brain is shut down. Shut down.
Nah, but you see, here's what you have to understand though, is that first you need to prove the range of your TP. Plus, you have to prove it's fast enough, because Maxwell has indeed fought people, telepaths, from the DC universe.
That is true. Now, Noble, since you don't know about this game, it's because it's owned by Warner Brothers. Am I correct in that, Thurman? So they had that DC crossover game.
Yep.
So yeah, Maxwell did interact with a bunch of DC characters. So it is true that he is right in that aspect. I would just say, because obviously I do think that Noble is mostly onto something here, but I think that the nail in the coffin here would be showing him the scans, showing him doing it instantaneously, showing the range of it. Then we can, wrap this up.
I just sent scans of him throwing Magneto out of a bedroom miles away.
This one here is more convincing because you see two
kissing one. I'm saying that for my own self so I can know which one to edit in. Okay.
And then whoop, and then there's the bed.
Huh. Thurman, are you taking a look at that?
If you couldn't tell, in real time.
It's literally, here's fucking Legion. Literally across whatever the hell this is. I'm assuming this is like a hotel or something. It's really hard to tell because it's an older comic.
He's in a psych ward across the country.
Okay, well...
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention he's a psychopath and crazy, and yeah, he's just out there.
Aware of Legion's backstory. But it's like, good God. He's literally like, fucking... Yeah, he's whoop.
Maturing.
Just in case he says, "Oh, I came prepared," Legion can travel through time.
Huh.
And I just sent the scan to prove it. 20 years back, while taking other people with him. Okay, so with all the cutting, do you feel like this was under 3 minutes?
Okay, dude, I don't know how Maxwell's going to compete with that.
Well, where the fuck is Thurman? Like, why does he do this every time?
Every fucking time.
Did I break him? Did I win? High score? Did I break it?
I'll put like a fucking picture in Thurman, and then it just blows up. Well, now we wait for Thurman. If he doesn't come back in
He
5
muted.
minutes,
He
I'm
muted.
saying it's a fucking ring out. One of those like count out, like
Yeah.
1, 2,
3.
At that point, that's his fault. I don't care how much he bitches and moans. If he left, he left.
He's in the Discord call. He's just muted.
Did I shut him down? Like, I feel like I shut him down. Should I go check on him?
Well, does Legion have the ability to fly over to Thurman and just tap him on the shoulder to make sure he's okay?
I'm sure Legion could. I can't, but Legion can.
Legion Noble fusion dance.
Okay, sorry, was ordering food. Alright, I have a few issues with those scans still.
Wait, did you see the new ones?
Yeah, I saw the new.
Okay.
I'm curious as to what these issues are because, I mean, they're visually there.
They're still counterproductive to what Noble's strategy was. Very counterproductive. Now,
How
if
so? How exactly
if you read the scans, it's basically it's saying is that Magneto was in a dream. This is a complete dream.
Yes, Magneto was dreaming. He read Magneto's mind and threw him out of his bed.
Because I'm looking at the scans. He's having a nightmare. I gotta wake him up. Blah. And it seems like he had a telepath with him as well. Yes, I honestly, this is counterproductive. This doesn't really prove his
How
reign.
so?
Because first,
they're trying to warn him, and he still got wrecked. How?
Because first and foremost.
See, Noble, I told you how fucking stubborn Thurman would be. I warned you.
Which doesn't necessarily prove that his TP can really because your whole strategy is basically numbing my mind.
Yes, and I sent it.
However,
Forge. And do you realize who Forge is?
However, it doesn't really seem like. First, can you show proof that it was actually Legion who did this? That's the first thing.
He's in the scan. Don't you see him?
Legion is not in the scan.
Thurman, I'm sending a zoomed in portion of it. Right there is Legion.
You did the same thing I did, didn't you? Where you circled it and everything.
I pinched and zoomed.
Listen, Thurman, like it.
The one out the window.
Yeah, that's
Legion
the one
outside thousands of miles away. Did this.
One thing I want to bring up as well is that this is is it Strawman? Is that what that is? You're picking out one thing. There's a million others. There's also the fact that like there's traveling through time that this guy can do. What else did you mention, Noble? That like you also have to fight against for for Maxwell.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I can travel back in time if he becomes prepared and catch him off guard.
Like this is what happens when you debate two people that are stupid overpowered. So good luck with that.
Which is why I'm saying Maxwell has no chance. Between time manipulation, brain shutdown, and, I mean, just telekinetic powers that reach thousands of miles, he has no chance, especially if we're doing this on the moon, as Thurman wanted. Or no, I'm sorry, Thurman, you didn't want that.
No, Noble scans are out of order. That's what's confusing.
Noble scans are accurate as fuck.
He sent his scans out of order. Let me see.
No. No.
Okay.
Thurman, the first one is the beginning of where the other mutant is saying that Magneto was in a dream and having a nightmare, but she did not realize that fucking Legion was telekinetically lifting the bed up and fucking Magneto, basically, with his power. So they weren't out of order. It was the canonical order of those pages, where one is the action and the other is the reaction, basically.
Thurman's been reading too many mangas. He doesn't understand how comic panels work.
That honestly could be That could be accurate, because that is a problem when you read so many left or right to left instead of left to right. I've had that issue.
So, are we going to call this, or Thurman, do you have any other defenses that you'd like to bring up?
Oh yeah, I still have a humongous defense for this, because this is not your scans still don't prove anything that you're claiming.
Judges, please help me out here, because if he's right, I'll give it to him, but I don't think he is.
Yeah, list your defenses then. Go ahead.
There's a difference between telekinesis and TP and TK as a call. Now, I'll admit that he has decent range when it comes to telekinesis, actually lifting stuff up. Now, I admit that he has decent range when it comes to TP, but there's a difference between telepath and telekinesis. Telekinesis actually moves.
Thurman, I'm going to stop you. Just listen to me for a second, Thurman. He was manipulating his mind with the nightmare the whole time. Or do you not see that?
No, judging from the scan, it looks like that's not the case at all.
Judges, I need a judgment call.
What's the actual question?
There's a difference between telepath and telekinesis. Telekinesis doesn't really manipulate the mind. It's mostly
so instead of like not so are you trying to say that it's just happening in his mind and not physically happening?
It's just telekinesis. It's not telepath.
David, thoughts?
There's some sort of manipulation going on here.
It's telekinesis.
It's also telepathy going into his dream and fucking with him in his dream, causing the nightmare.
Well, remember, the main argument here, Thurman, was that he would go into Maxwell's mind and shut him down. So this really doesn't help you debunk that argument.
No, it does, because he has to give the range for it.
The most that's being manipulated here are the...
And he said it was instant, but I'm seeing no chances of instant telepathy.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking literally states in the fucking panel, thousands of miles to the west and south. Like...
Again, that's telekinesis, not telepathy. Do you guys know the difference between the two?
Yes, dumbass, I do. But I'm also stating that there's also... Your argument here is actually valid if you let me finish what I'm fucking saying. Like, there's more objects being manipulated in the background than just the bed, so I will lean a little more towards the TK versus the TP here, but that does not explain how his nightmare is being manipulated in the same scenario. Versus...
Well, that's probably a different context that Noble's not telling us.
Noble? Thoughts?
I just told you that that's part of the panel, that he is manipulating his mind and causing the nightmare. Hence the reason that the telepath that's there is trying to save him.
But the thing is, though, your scan doesn't say that Legion is doing that. To be honest, your scan doesn't say that Legion is doing any of this, but I'm just going to take it with a grain of salt.
I forgot. We have to do it the whole way Dragon Ball Z does, where they have to say physically exactly what they're doing. My bad.
Yeah, Thurman, this goes back to what we've talked about before. You're used to reading things that point shit out to you. Sometimes well-educated writers will just show you and not tell you. That's writing rule number 1.
Like, right here in
context.
The portion I'm actually cropping and resending is the other telepath trying to awaken him from this nightmare that is presumably being caused by Legion in this, I'm assuming, 1980s comic?
Here's a question I have, Thurman, anyway, right? Like, Thurman, you're fighting an uphill battle here because, like, even if, okay, let's say it's not what you say it is, he's still doing it from thousands of miles away, he's still doing it really fucking quickly.
Guess what?
That's not quickly.
2-second argument right now.
TK, because...
Listen, I'll do another argument here, just for shits and giggles. Guess what? He uses his telekinetic power and takes your notebook away before you can do anything with it. Fuck you.
That's another.
Well, let me just go to my strategy here, since Noble can't really find a good one here. So, as I was saying,
What fucking plan? What planet are you living on? If he snatches the goddamn notebook
That's the
away,
best strategy.
if he snatches it, TK pull that fucking notebook away, your ass is fucked. Maxwell is a normal fucking child at that point.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, that's not true at all. In fact, first of all, how much strength can he pull? Because when Maxwell was able to hang on to Flash, who was running away, who was running away from a black hole.
I don't care if he has the fucking ability to run away from a black hole. A notebook weighs literal ounces.
He held on to someone who can run away from the black hole. It takes a lot of strength to hang on to something while you're being sucked in by a black hole. Remember,
Oh my
black
fucking
holes,
god!
Oh, you are grasping at the straws, my friend.
Oh my!
I need some unbiased judges right now.
Are you kidding me, dude?
I need some unbiased judges right now.
Listen, Thurman, Noble came in here, said, I either shut down your mind or take your notebook. And you're fucking like, Maxwell's grip strength is good. Like,
I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm really not. It's just like
you have to think outside the box here.
I am, dude. I'm the king of thinking outside the box.
this is a motherfucker whose favorite character in Hunter x Hunter is Kilo, the king of that shit. No, Thurman.
We're not here. Okay, so let me.
Thurman. I'm going to be real
Dan.
here for 1 minute. I literally tilted the fucking boom stand over to myself. I'm going to be real here. If he can TK pull that shit away from you, I don't care what your grip strength is. I don't care what your grip strength is.
You have to understand that it's David. This is the same thing that we talked about with the Kenshin versus Scaramouche fight. How much can Kenshin lift? It's the same argument, correct? It's the same thing with this. Maxwell has enough strength to hang on while he's being pulled by a black hole.
I'm gonna take a wild guess. Okay. I have a wild. I'm gonna hold on. Noble, help me out here. What is some of the biggest shit that he has that Legion has like pushed or pulled telekinetically? Because I bet you it is more force than required to rip off a child's arm. So if you can't fucking take the notebook, he'll rip off your damn arm.
He destroyed his city. I can with his mind.
Oh Lord. Anyway,
GG.
I'm getting to my
No
now.
Maxwell.
So my plan is basically
What's your plan?
It's really simple.
Make him on fire. Done.
Since Noble has showed little to no speed feats whatsoever, allow me. So first, like I said, Maxwell is fast enough to make armor for Batman before he was shot by bullets. So supersonic riding speed right there. First and foremost, what Maxwell will do is create a force field, basically blocking every single TP or TK ability Legion has. That's the first thing. I'll send that.
I'm gonna stop you right now. Hold on.
No. Let me finish. Then
Inside that force field.
this is the kicker right here. Maxwell is just going to create a bunch of Supermans, Martian Manhunters, Batmans, and Flashes.
Okay.
Now,
wait, let me go ahead and count that.
The good thing about this is that Martian Manhunter is known for being a great telepath. Being able to telepath everybody around the world. And I'll get scanned for that right now.
Okay.
The shark has been jumped. Noble, I fucking told you, didn't I?
Okay.
I told you that it's never easy to get through to Thurman.
Wait, hold on. So I'm gonna end this right now. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the killing blow. Are you ready?
Okay, so Martian Manhunter can feel every mind in the galaxy. That's how much his TP is.
Put him back in there.
He can maintain links.
Thurman,
He can telepathically scan the planet.
I'm familiar with all of their abilities. Okay. Now, would you like me to end this really quickly?
I mean, I'm ending it right now.
No, I'm gonna end it right now. Listen. So you said he has a bubble of force field protecting him from TP and TK, correct? And you summoned all of the people, correct? Superman, Flash.
You closer to your mic.
Did I get all that right? You have a force field that protects you against TK and TP, and you've summoned Flash, Martian Manhunter, Superman multiple times, correct?
Yep.
I use my ability of pyrokinesis and burn the air out of your force field.
Okay, that's not going to help you at all because Flash is faster than light, and
You're
before
dead.
you can even do that, Flash will already be able to put out your flames.
No, you don't understand how it works.
Has ice.
He creates fire out of nothing. He doesn't have to touch the fire. It doesn't come from him. He creates fire wherever he wants it.
But that's still counterproductive.
You have no air, motherfucker. You dead.
Because
dead,
Superman has ice breath. Superman has ice breath that can get rid of that. Plus,
not inside your force field.
Marshall Man.
Wait. Unmute this shit.
I did.
What the fuck? This is the king of asphalt battles, my god.
This is the best thing ever.
I am choking on every fucking word of this. Like, good god, dude. My Superman clone can fucking freeze that flame before it hits and my...
Hold on, I have an actual question for Thurman. Thurman, when you summon these people, are they immediately on your side? Is that how it works?
Yes, they're immediately controlled by you. Plus, to be honest with you, I can end this right now. I can just have Martian Manhunter uses phasing, and it's phase. I win. He can just phase Legion's brain out of his body and instant win. No, phasing is different from Red, mute yourself. Red, mute yourself, please. Mute yourself. Okay, so
Judges, we need a judgment call because
No.
this has gone on too long.
Riley.
This is he doesn't know that Maxwell is just too overpowered with this team. I basically just fodderized him with someone who's super fast, someone who can just protect me by phasing.
You still gotta write their names in your notebook. You're dead before that happens.
Oh no, because first you never showed the range of your team.
Some goddamn silence on the
You never
playground.
showed the speed of it. You never showed the speed of it.
You'll be writing as Ash. That's what you'll be.
The speed of thought, not the speed of thought.
Air raid warning.
Do not yell.
I'm gonna make this easier. For
Hey,
you. I'm gonna
children.
make it easier.
Children.
Okay, David is a thing. Go.
Okay, first off, if fucking Noble uses Legion's powers bullshit to fucking...
Here, fight it.
If he takes all the fucking air out of that PK barrier, your ass is dead. I don't give a fuck. You would suffocate.
Actually, no. That's not true at all.
You would
That is very
fucking
not true at all.
suffocate.
Nope, not at all.
Fucking how? If there is no oxygen in there, you would suffocate.
I just explained how. I literally explained how.
Don't
You
forget
said he
he's
would.
also burnt you a crisp.
You said he would put. You said he would put fire around the force field, correct?
No, he said
He would
No, I
phase
put
it into
inside
it.
the force field.
he can summon fire wherever he wants. He's that OP. He was gonna put the fire in your. Force
Okay, and then Superman and Flash get rid of the fire at FDL speeds. Boom, simple. And then
How
Flash
can
can
they penetrate your own goddamn force field?
What?
How can they get into your force field?
I created them in the force field. Duh.
Did he state this?
Well, no, I mean it doesn't matter if he stated it. If he's saying he could do that, so.
If you could,
Duh.
if you
He
could,
can. He
even
can.
even if they somehow got that, there would be enough carbon monoxide still from the fumes to poison you.
I'm assuming you don't realize that they
Not to
can
mention he's been
survive in
tortured.
space,
You
right?
forget that part.
And you don't, and you realize that they're smart enough to not stay in there. Plus, Martian Manhunter can phase them out of the force field.
I just want to say
Just like
that
I
this might be the
Martian
only-
Manhunter isn't faster than light speed, though, bro. You're dead.
Yes, he is.
You're dead.
I'll show the scan right now. I will show the scan right now. He is
show the
actually.
scan. Show it. Also, I just want to say, I don't think either person's gonna concede in this one, so this might be the first death battle to end with a kicking from the server, or maybe at the very least a muting. It's gonna be like fucking, hey Thurman.
I think we'll just have to call this a tie here.
Thurman, remember when? Yeah, tie my ass. Thurman, remember when Bakugo fucking got 3rd place and they had to like tie him to the pole because he was like biting people? That's gonna be you at the end of this battle.
I mean, you guys. I mean, it's been biased against me from the get-go. You know.
No, there's no bias here. It's just fucking Legion is an amalgamation.
Dude, there's no bias. It comes down to Legion being ridiculous. Like you, what was the death?
We are Legion. You are dead.
With Ruby Suna, you fucking destroyed me, and I was very, very clear about how much you destroyed me. There's no bias
This
here.
is literally Kilo of Luck V2.
Yeah, in Kilo of Luck, I destroyed you. In fucking this one, or you're getting destroyed, and in Suna Ruby, you destroyed me. And
I mean, it's not being destroyed because Noble has yet to prove the stuff that I'm rebuttaling
But
to.
you say that, but he has many, many things that he's
No, he has. Okay, the speed of thought. Speed of thought is at max 270 miles per hour.
Where are you pulling that out of your ass? What does that mean?
Google.
Speed of thought? Are you talking about how fast neurons move and shit?
If we take the speed of sound.
All right, well, this is taking too long. Y'all can call a winner, but I've got to drop off because I've got to drive and I'm going to lose signal soon.
That's fine. You know what? Honestly, at this point, it's hard to say. Like, I think we both think Legion. Thurman's going to call bias, but like, yeah.
Okay, here is what I'll do. Here's what I'll do. We'll revisit this.
No, because it'll be the same goddamn thing. There's nowhere else to say. There's nothing else to say.
I want you two to come up with a strategy, and we'll revisit this battle in Season 2.
Season 2.
Okay.
Okay.
If that can somehow be a thing, I don't know. I think it would devolve into the same arguments, but all right.
I want a strategy for each of these characters, but for now,
I've given you 3 strategies, motherfucker.
No,
right, Noble.
David, there's no Season 2. This is not being revisited. There's nowhere else they can go with it. They have said everything they could say. Come on.
This is Legion. Like, good guy.
I have more of a strategy. I have way more strategy than this, but
like Thurman.
Well, you could have said it at any point in this entire video, but you didn't.
Thurman.
You decided to circle jerk yourself.
Thurman, I'm giving it to Legion on one clear thing. If he can fucking TK pull a goddamn notebook out of your hand, that is the end of Maxwell.
And before you even do the grip strength thing, rip off your damn arm.
Exactly. Human flesh can only withstand so much. I don't care what multiverse you're existing in right now. Human flesh does have a tearing point.
I would rip off Superman's arms. I would tear him. It wouldn't work.
And you gave the same exact strategy that Noble gave in the beginning of the video with the fucking destroying the brain. The only difference between the two is you would literally rip the
one
fucking...
One is a physical destruction, one is a
mental destruction. If Maxwell cannot fucking...
Don't forget burning him alive and suffocating him simultaneously.
Exactly.
Yeah, so don't even try to say Noble's given...
I've won 3 times in a row. How many more times do I have to win before you'll give me this W?
Like, I'm going to say here, if Maxwell's brain is shattered to the point of not being able to imagine anything, what good is that notebook?
Again, I proved, because you think the thing is you guys don't understand is that he showed TK and TP is useless without speed. Speed is the bread and butter of almost every fight. Saying instant doesn't really. You have to show feats of instant.
There are literal scans that will be edited into this video.
Noble hasn't shown instant. Instant is a broad term.
Instant
Like
is
I said,
a
the
very,
speed of
very
thought,
subjective term compared on the distance of that instantaneous. I could say I instantly called somebody.
So I looked it up. I looked up the how fast is a bullet to how fast is the speed of thought. The bullet is way faster.
You realize that you are contradicting.
Then how are you thinking to do something
Thurman?
faster than a bullet?
Listen, Thurman, please listen to me, okay? You, at one point in this video, told us that Maxwell wrote in armor for Batman before he could get shot, therefore speed of thought being faster than bullets, as you literally just said.
Thank you. So,
the speed of thought is not faster than bullets. You misunderstood my.
Thurman,
You misunderstood my statement. You misunderstood. Let me explain again.
Thurman, you're
explaining yourself in circles, bro.
You literally you devalued your own statement there because again you made the argument that Maxwell can draw faster than bullets because he can think of it faster than bullets. But now you're saying bullets and yes, scientifically, of course, it's faster than bullets.
He can write as fast as bullets. That doesn't mean.
Okay.
There's a difference.
So
honestly, that means
the body works, children.
Honestly, that really means that he can think faster and write faster than bullets. If you want to make that argument, which doesn't really help the case at all.
Maxwell can and Legion has shown the same thing. So you're saying
No, he hasn't. Noble hasn't shown a single speed feat of that. The fastest speed of thought is 270 miles per hour. Maxwell was able to think and draw as fast as a bullet, which is 1,700 miles per hour. That means that he can think as fast as a bullet. I mean, supersonic speeds. That means that while Legion can think at the highest, Maxwell goes past that at the speed of sound. Does that make sense?
Getting into semantics and trying to reverse engineer.
Okay, 1 second here. I'm on the actual respect thread that you pulled every bit of those fucking scans from there, Noble. So, literally, space-time manipulation, reality warping, time sync, chain, personalities with New Mutants, Volume 3. Is that fucking Shadowcat that he has powers from?
Thurman, if you think that he can't do telekinetic stuff faster than 270 miles per hour when the fucker can time and space and reality warp, then you're stupid. Like, come on.
Noble, is that Shadowcat?
Red, I cannot hear you.
I said Thurman.
I could hear you. What?
Noble, is that Shadowcat that he has abilities from?
Yes, he has abilities from Shadowcat along with
Then there is no fucking way in hell that Maxwell is faster than fucking Legion.
Your connection is
it's your connection. Everyone can hear you.
Well, David, hold on. He can only use one power at once.
Exactly. I realize that, but if at any point that there's a fast portion of this battle, he can utilize that power from fucking Shadowcat, and that is the end of the fucking game there.
No, it isn't, because we have
because this is all semantics at this point.
Exactly. This is
every
bit of this.
If you call this when I'm giving good.
How many? Let me ask you this. I'm not asking if I won. I'm asking how many wins do I get?
Like, just judging on how many personalities he's gotten since I stopped reading Xmen. Like,
of the 3 options that I threw out, how many of them are wins?
I'd say all of them would theoretically be a win here.
Listen, to me, I don't know, man. Like, here's the problem. Thurman, regardless of our opinion, I hope you realize that, it's still for fun, and if you take it salty, then it defeats the whole point of this. But what I'm saying here is
to be fair, hold on, and to be fair, I did tell Thurman his character was underpowered at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Like, literally before we recorded this.
Thurman, we are not biased.
But he isn't, though, because I've countered every scan, and you guys are not listening.
And you know what's magical about that, Thurman? Different people have different opinions, and to us, everything you're saying is really stupid. But to you, in your own mind, let me finish. To you, in your own mind, you think it sounds right, and I understand that. I've been there too, where I'm like, I don't understand how this person can think this thing.
I don't understand how Donald Trump's the fucking president.
But to me and you, or to me and David and Noble, what your defenses. We have also you keep saying I've repelled everything that you said, but we have all Noble and us have come up with back or check backs at the same time. So you can't say we're not, because we're doing the same thing you are. It's just because you believe one thing, we believe another thing. We're never going to convince each other. But I don't know how else to get more impartial than this. Like, if you want to find some random fucking hobo off the street to judge the death battles, fine. I don't know what else you want me to do, but to me, I think Legion wins. It's not because it's you. I've been very fair every single time there's been a situation here, but I think Legion wins. And if you're going to call me biased because of that, it's bullshit. I am looking at what I'm seeing here, okay?
So, literally, I'm going to give this to Legion.
Hobo
and-
death battles?
You're not thinking outside the box here. You guys are just saying, "Oh, you mind, all you take keys." When you have to look
Thurman.
at the inside, and this
Thurman.
is part of being a debater. You have to look at everything from every different type of angle. Noble just said, "Oh, he's gonna mind
Thurman.
wipe him, take his
I'm
milk
looking at
away."
the same goddamn motherfucking scans you are. If I'm interpreting them improperly, I'm sorry. But at the same time, the stuff that you said for fucking Maxwell here, it is literally game over Maxwell, end of recording. Cut the film.
Listen. I know where you're coming from, Thurman. I get it. He can summon this person who does this, summon this person who does this. But, like, your main argument here is that he is not fast enough or strong enough to, like, you know, stop Maxwell. But to me...
Because you haven't shown any scans to prove that he is. And if you can show me the scans that he's fast enough to do
Here,
all
I'll
the stuff
forward
that
you.
I'm telling him he can't do, then I will concede right now.
Send them.
Let them finish.
I will concede right now. If he can think.
Here.
So, Noble,
I will.
what you sent, in your opinion, does it prove that the speed aspect of it? Because that's what Thurman's talking about.
I literally just sent the entire respect thread that Noble is basing everything off of here, scan-wise, into the Ragtag Group of Fucktards chat.
Great name, I know.
Oh my lord.
Holy fuck.
Or the second win, or the third window.
Telepathy, this is the actual form. Let's try and probe his mind. He's laughing. Search down Forge's mind. Forces Magneto to relieve the worst moments of his life. So, yeah, but traveling back in time to Magneto, he is attacked by Xmen. If he remarkably leaves his body, he breaks out sideways.
With all the shit that he can do, you don't think he can get him to drop his
This guy's
notebook?
OP though. Good than that.
I hope you know Thurman as well. Thurman, one more thing I want to bring up to you as well. If Maxwell just had this ability, like if it was just part of him and it wasn't with a notebook, this would be a much fairer fight. In fact, I'd probably give it to Maxwell. The fact that it's in a notebook is the main weakness here. That is your main drawback as Maxwell's character, because it's a notebook, man. It's the same. It's like Carollo's ability. He has to hold that book to use his abilities, and the main thing any opponent goes for is let's knock that book out of his hand. That's a huge weakness. This is a good video, though. It's a real good video.
I literally told you 5 minutes ago to cut the damn feed.
I'm not cutting the feed. Fuck that. We'll cut the feed when the shit.
Time manipulation, reality warping.
At this point, it's just literally
The argument. Can you think about that argument I just had with Thurman?
kind of glad you didn't listen to me.
Now the only speed thing I
But
see
I walked that way.
is him blocking bullets.
Noble, are you still there?
Let me see. Let me look at the scan.
Look at Personalities from New Mutants Volume 3. From that, the time sync, like, here, I'll even appease your ego, and I will literally fucking bring up even more.
Wrapping this up here. Any final things? Because it's really about time to wrap this video up.
Right here, from...
See this scan. I'm kind of.
Hey. Here's another one. Here's another one.
This is the stupidest video. This is simultaneously the stupidest and the best video we've ever made.
Hey, that's how Achievement Hunter works.
Oh, it's amazing.
Like, good God, right here, and I know you hate them, but you've even yourself have stated that
I am not looking at this. I'm not looking at versus battle. I'm laughing.
You yourself have fucking stated that their scaling is spot on.
I said no. David, what are you talking about? I said their
Did he not say that in
are
the
good,
People
not their
battle?
tearing.
No.
I said their calcs are good, not their tearing. Boy, what are you doing?
Like,
Who's fucking dog?
So, honestly, we might as well just call this a draw, to be honest, because usually if I was in the corner, I would give up. But right now, I literally don't see how Maxwell loses.
Okay.
Because Noble hasn't given a decent enough strategy and enough feats to actually prove anything besides the fact. Only thing I've seen that's been proven is the range, which is still iffy. But you guys haven't shown. You guys, he's basically Legion as a walking. Judging from his respector, he looks OP. But you guys haven't shown anything that I have stated. You guys just assume like, oh, or he'll rip his arms off. Or you guys don't look at the full context of everything. And that's my thing here.
No, Thurman,
is
please,
that
Thurman,
you
please,
can
Thurman.
say if Noble can prove speed, range, and all other stuff what a debater should do. For example, if you went into a private debate with this type of thinking, you would lose instantly.
Thurman.
Because your thought process of it doesn't.
Thurman, may I have my piece here? I agree with you.
Hold on 1 second.
But you've had many seconds.
You have literally had minutes.
My turn, okay? Listen. I agree with you in normal circumstances. Yes, I think that you should, bring up like, okay, speed, durability, this, that, the other thing, right? But there are certain instances where certain characters are so far outclassed from other ones, and I know you're not going to agree with this, but like in this instance, I took this as this battle is literally like you don't even need to go into the other stuff because it's so out there, right? So, like, if the battle persists on past 2 seconds, like, if he doesn't get the notebook out, the battle becomes, can he beat infinite Supermans and infinite Flashes? Of course, no one can. You know what I mean? So, like, so the battle is either he gets the notebook out of your hand immediately or Maxwell wins. That is the only 2 options. So there is no reason to go into all those different things because if Legion cannot get your notebook out immediately, Maxwell wins.
Or
he can't get it out there immediately.
But
plus,
because I am admitting, Thurman, I am admitting that Maxwell would stomp if he started using the notebook. I agree with you. The problem is, hold on. I legitimately, from what I'm looking at, I think he is easily fast enough to just melt your brain immediately. That's just from what I'm seeing. But go ahead, now your turn, Thurman.
The thing you guys understand is that there are multiple telepaths who's had speed. There's a character from Fate Stay who can think at the speed of light. But you have to understand is that Maxwell can think and write at subsonic speeds. Now, there's a scan here that shows Legion blocking bullets. I don't know why I went to Starfire. I don't know why that happened. But it's still. I need more context of that set scan because Noble thought it was just gonna be a one shot, but sadly it's not a one shot. And you're damn right I'm stubborn as hell. If I rarely call it quits. I rarely call it quits because there's no point. But to be honest with you, Noble hasn't done or said anything right now that would prove to me that Legion could just take a notebook away, simple, easy. First, he had to prove that Legion would be smart enough to automatically assume, Maxwell's powers come from the notebook. Because most characters wouldn't really realize that. Secondly, he has to be fast enough to do that.
That's the first good point you've made in this entire video. I will give you that. Actually, Noble, are you still here? Did you drop out? Yeah, I think because Noble had to drive, so don't diss him for that. But you know what? I'll give Thurman the fact that like he wouldn't immediately assume that why would he know the notebook was a situation? He'd probably just assume it was a. But now here's the other question though: if you're going in bloodlusted, he sees, oh look, a child, murder, done.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's tough.
Like
I do get that point, Thurman. I get that point.
And then also you got to also take into consideration his time travel and bullshit. So if he gets fucked up, he's just going to go back in time, rewrite, right? Boom, and then boom. Oh, right, notebook.
I mean, to be fair, Flash can do the same thing.
Well, yeah, Speed Force, boom. Yeah, I get that.
Plus, to be honest with you, the notebook is already going to be out Maxwell will be prepared to write anything anyway. So that's still the argument of no. He has a notebook on him at all times, and he always writes in it. It's always open. If you look at the Scribblenauts games, his notebook is always open.
Yeah, the notebook
And he's
is
had
always...
he's had the notebook taken away from him before. I've seen it. He's had a notebook taken away from him before, but that really
Did
hasn't.
it take the force of a black hole to take it away from him? I doubt it.
Like,
Oh no, he was. I believe he was. Let me look at the scan. He was.
if it's anything less than the power of Legion,
Of God himself.
I'm going to still give this to Legion.
See, I wish Noble was here because the first good point Thurman's made, in my opinion, is he wouldn't know immediately that it was the notebook.
And that's why I gave the rebuttal that Noble would give. Like, he would have to fucking... He would
Time travel?
He would just go back in time. And if,
But by that point, he would have had Flash, so then it'd be a time travel battle, and then it'd paradoxes and just rip the universe apart.
See, this is... Why didn't you start with this, you piece of shit?
No, seriously, Thurman, that was your best... Ow, fuck. Why didn't you start with this, you piece of shit? Oh my gosh.
How long has this battle been?
Where's the fucking recording time? Somewhere?
Is he still recording?
Yes.
Yes! By the way, it's an hour. It just passed an
Yeah,
hour.
we might as well just revisit this as season 2. To be honest,
Okay, I guess. If we can get Noble...
just
I think you killed Noble.
revisit this.
I think you made Noble want to kill himself, so I don't know.
Let's just revisit this because I'm not
Okay,
giving up a concrete way of how Legion can beat Maxwell.
Okay, so like I said, season 2, which will be
Yes.
episode 25,
Was that how seasons work?
24 episodes. We're doing this like...
Jeez, that's gonna be like every 2. That's like over a year from now.
Okay, so we'll do the seasonal anime style. We'll do 12 episodes.
Because if we're doing every 2 weeks, that'd be 50 weeks. That's like a year.
Yeah, true. So yeah, we'll visit this for episode 13.
Oh gosh.
We'll revisit the Max.
We'll forget by then, unless you write it down.
I will. We'll revisit Legion versus Maxwell because this has just become. I fucking called this. I said this would be the most bullshit battle ever.
This is the best video we've ever made, though. Ever.
Best episode ever. Thank God. Better than the last episode. Wink, wink.
Because you know what you know at the very least you know what you brought out there, Thurman? Noble's passion. You saw how he got pissed.
He's like, I'm driving. Fuck this shit.
You made now Mountain Dew will come out of my nose.
You're welcome.
See, Thurman, that is the one thing you do. You bring out the passion in people,
And the hatred.
Yeah, passion can be hatred.
That's why there's terms like hate fuck.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, the next
episode is gonna get even more heated. Kirito versus Asta.
You're goddamn right it is.
Happening. Fuck yeah. Dude, I need that.
I'm gonna make a video just for that.
Like a hype video? Give me a
Hype
give me
video
a trailer. Give me a trailer.
with Red likes to call my shitty video maker.
No, yeah, he calls it work, but really it's just like
You throw it into an automated
picture
program.
1, picture 2, picture 3. What shitty remix of a song would you like? There we go.
So are we done recording now?
All right. Well, thank you for watching. Both judges here are giving it to temporarily Legion, but I'm sure we'll have many more hours of this dumbass debate. I don't even know how to stop, so that's you. All right, bye. Signing out, etc., etc. Good job.